I'm being joined by the leader of the official opposition from Alberta and Canada, Jason Kenney. He's also the former Defence Minister and Minister of Immigration and Employment in Canada. Many thanks for joining us, Mr. Kenney.
Great to be here.
The first question is about your official engagements over here. You represent a community that has been very close to India. What are your engagements? What's the big pitch that you come here with?
Well, I come from the province of Alberta, which has the third largest energy reserves in the world, the third largest oil reserves. And we want to sell that energy to India. We also our expertise and attract Indian investment into the Canadian energy sector. There's so many other things we can do. We have a huge and growing number of bright Indian students at our universities, and we'd like to see more Canadians coming in this direction as well. We also have a large community of Indian origin who have done a lot to bring entrepreneurial skill to our economy.
Your first stop is going to be the Punjab. It's going to be meetings with ministers from Punjab and including the Chief Minister of Punjab. But also, you'll be meeting with External Affairs Minister Sushma Swaraj. Is energy cooperation going to be top of your agenda, or are there other issues to do with Punjab as well?
Well, energy, certainly here in New Delhi, we'll be meeting with union ministers, including Minister of External Affairs. And the number one subject, of course, will be energy cooperation. India, fastest growing major economy in the world, huge energy needs that you cannot satisfy domestically. First issue Modi ji ever raised with me when I met him as Chief Minister of Gujarat a decade ago was getting access to Canadian gas. We're still struggling to get some of that to global markets, but once we do, wouldn't Indians rather buy their oil and gas from to open democracy with a liberal economy like Canada, or from the dictatorships in the Middle East? If you want a source of energy that has no political instability attached to it, then that would be Canada. So this is hugely important for us. But there are, of course, there will be other issues that we discuss, including agriculture. Alberta's major export currently to India would be agricultural products. Right now we have Indian tariffs on lentils and pulses, which are hurting our farmers. And so we'll be raising that.
You make a very important point, because you come here at a time when Iran is going to be under sanctions. 4th of November, India will have to push not just to cut down its oil imports, but to bring it down to zero. At such a point, what is it that Canada can really offer in terms of alternatives, because our refineries are tuned to Iranian crude oil?
Right. In fact, I'll be visiting the Reliant refinery in Jamnagar, which is the largest, I believe, oil refinery on earth. I would much rather that they be refining heavy Canadian Alberta crude than dictator oil from Iran, a theocratic dictatorship and a state sponsor of terrorism that hangs gay men and treats women like property, not people. This is not the kind of country that should be enriched through democracies like India buying its energy. But you have to go to where the sources are. We would rather Canada be an alternative source of ethically produced energy to fuel the growing Indian economy.
But does Canada have the capacity to really give or send India the amount of oil intake that India really requires? That's where we then look at West Asia.
And the truth is, we do not yet now. We're working on getting a significant increase in our export capability through pipelines. That's a bit of an internal challenge for us right now. But we do have tremendous expertise in both exploration and development that we can share with Indian energy companies, and Indian energy companies could invest in Canada right now. It's the third largest oil reserves in the world. It's the only major energy country that has a completely open, privately owned market. It's not dominated by state actors. There's no state oil company running the Canadian energy industry. So for Reliant and other companies looking at investing abroad, Alberta is an ideal venue.
Will the costs not go up, because for us, West Asia, so-called Middle East, is much closer than Canada? Will the cost not really go up for India then?
Well, markets will decide ultimately. Where nobody sits and plans the global energy markets, but we think getting more Canadian energy to markets like India would be good for the world in providing more political stability, and it would be good for Indian companies to look at investing in Canada.